Do you ever get that feeling, late at night, that something isn't quite right? A little prickle on the back of your neck. For a young boy named Leo, that feeling became his reality. It started with a voice, a strange, sing-song whisper that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere all at once. Leo, go, Leo. It cooed, a sound both playful and deeply unsettling. His bedside lamp flickered wildly, casting dancing, erratic shadows across his room, each one looking a little too sharp, a little too long. The voice was a hook, pulling him from his bed. His feet barely making a sound on the cold wooden floor. He had to know what it was. Stepping out of his room, the world he knew began to melt. The hallway, usually straight and familiar, stretched and curved like a funhouse mirror, bending space and time. The doors to other rooms weren't just doors anymore. They warped and stretched, their handles grinning like mischievous mouths. He passed the family portraits on the wall, and their painted eyes blinked, following his every move. It wasn't scary, not yet. It was curious, like a cartoon he'd fallen into. Then he saw it, a shadow on the wall, darker than the others. It wasn't his shadow. It was tall and thin with a wide, painted-on smile. And then, it waved, a slow, deliberate wave from a silhouette that shouldn't be able to move. A giggle escaped the shadow, the same voice from his room, and suddenly it peeled itself away from the wall. It wasn't flat anymore. It was a three-dimensional being of pure darkness, and its smile seemed to stretch wider as it began to glide towards him. That's when the curiosity turned to panic. Leo turned and ran, his little legs pumping as fast as they could. The house itself seemed to join the chase, the floor beneath him tilting like a ship in a storm, the walls spinning in a dizzying vortex of color and chaos. He scrambled. He slipped. He slid, a frantic dance through a world gone mad. The shadow was always right behind him, its silent laughter echoing in his ears. He was running out of hallway, out of breath, out of time. He ran back into his bedroom, slamming the door shut, but the shadow seeped through the cracks like ink, reforming its smiling shape. It cornered him, its long, shadowy arms reaching out. Leo squeezed his eyes shut, bracing for whatever came next. And then nothing, silence. He slowly opened one eye, then the other. Everything was still. The lamp was on, a steady, warm glow. The hallway outside his slightly ajar door was straight. The portraits were just paint on canvas. It was all a dream. A silly, crazy dream. A wave of relief washed over him, and he let out a laugh, a genuine, happy giggle at the absurdity of it all. He sat up in bed, shaking his head. He glanced down at the floor, still chuckling to himself. His own shadow was cast there by the lamp, a perfectly normal, boy-shaped shadow, but as he looked, a small hand of darkness separated from his shadow's side. It gave a tiny, cheerful little wave. The same one from the hallway. Leo's smile froze on his face. The laughter died in his throat. He stared, his heart pounding a frantic rhythm against his ribs. The world outside his window was quiet, the moon shining brightly, but inside his room, a new kind of fear, colder and deeper than before, began to bloom. He learned a chilling lesson that night. Some dreams, the ones that really get under your skin, don't end when you wake up. Sometimes they just find a new place to hide. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this spooky tale, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.